Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
Oh my God, I hope this episode someday gets repurposed live because my hair is like hat hair. I don't know if you ever skied and we used to call it hat hair because anyway, any of you skiers out there, hat hair. My hair literally looks like a hat. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, I had to record right now because I am tired and burnt. It was one of those days where I was on a 3-hour Russell Brunson call where not happy with Russell Brunson right now. Damn you, Russell Brunson. But, some super exciting training that he was doing live for us on the 2CCX. And it was just, I kind of felt like little, we got baited into it and then into some software thing where we got a free trial and you have to give your credit card. And it's the kind where you have to remember to cancel the credit card. It doesn't, Russell. Anyhow, we're not all angels. But anyway, so I had plans to do all this work today, got stuck on the 3-hour call and training. And when the training was done, I just was like, I am done. I'm going shopping. So I went to Target, Trader Joe's, and Vons, and then nothing else work related other than I did publish an episode and I'm recording this. But that is so much fun for me. It's really not like work. But the purpose of this episode was A, to tell you the Russell Brunson story, but B, really to tell you what happened yesterday. So what happened yesterday? My son Cooper, my 20-year-old, came over to get the mail, his important mail. If you've heard some of the previous episodes, you know that my only opportunity these days to see my 20-year-old son is when he comes to get the important mail that he has delivered to my house, so he knows it's safe. So he came to get some clothes that he'd ordered and shipped to my house. And he walks in and he goes, Dad, I've got something to tell you. He's 20 years old. Young man. I said, what's that, Cooper? He goes, I got a girl pregnant. I went, what? He goes, just kidding. But there is something I wanted to tell you. And I said, ooh, what's that? And he goes, I'm moving to LA. I was like, what? He goes, yep. I'm moving to LA end of May. No, end of June. End of June. So as I record this, it's not the end of June. So I'm scared that if I tell you the actual date, that is June 4th, that I record this, that you'll hit stop. I recorded this on June 4th. On June 3rd, Cooper came over to pick up his mail and to tell me that he's moving to Los Angeles with some friends. And my other son, who turned 18, graduates from high school. So full empty nest mode. And I was like, my oldest boy is fully flying the coop. He currently lives with his mother, but he's moving. He's moving to LA, a couple hours north of Encinitas. And I suppose the rest of the story is he hung out for 3 hours, and we talked about it. And I got to tell him that I loved him and I'm proud of him. I am. I'm proud of the little guy. I really am. He's 6'2", by the way, so he's not that little, but Um, oh gosh, I have this best picture ever of he was premature. Technically, he was like 2 days preemie. Um, but I have this picture of him on my chest when I was feeding him a bottle when he was tiny. Oh my God, he was small. Anyhow, um, so we were talking, and he's like, "I got a little bit of money saved. I'll be all right. I think my Jersey Mikes will transfer me up there, and I just want to go strike out and try some new stuff." I was like, "Hell yeah!" But we were talking about he wanted to hear about my time when I was his age. And I was like, "Yeah, I got sober the last day of high school, and then I'll sum it up for you because we went for 3.5 hours. So let's see if I can do it in 3 minutes." I was like, "Yeah, I was a pro snowboarder, and I traveled around the Western United States for 4 years, and I was in the original Swatch World Snowboarding Championships in Breckenridge, Colorado, which I believe were in 1987 or 88, something insane like that. the inaugural Swatch World Championships. But I was just telling him all about that, and that how I worked hard and had success, but that I had a brittle body, so I was constantly hurting my ankle, and that the last race that I ever did, I hurt my ankle doing something stupid, and I knew I was done. So I went to fly airplanes and go to college. And then I did that for 2 years, community college, and I almost killed myself multiple times being a dumbass in an airplane. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to die if I do this, or I'm going to be bored out of my brain flying a bus around. Because as an airline pilot, you're just flying a bus, and it's even more boring than that. Sorry, any pilots out there. That was my impression of it. And I did clock a couple 100 hours. And then, I went to Bozeman to finish my 5-year degree. And I opened a dance club with my buddy, Eric. And we had this club. Oh, and I had a card room too before I quit gambling, because I quit gambling in 1995 because I was a gambling addict as well. But I opened a card room, and I ran a card room and was a professional gambler. I was in the I played in the World Series of Poker. It was like in 1994, perhaps. I won a seat into the Texas Hold'em main table. I did in the because I was good, but I was a derelict junkie. I'll save those stories for another day. So I had a dance club. I had a poker room, and then I ended all that and moved off to once I graduated. A year after I graduated with my finance degree, he's like, "Well, why'd you end up in San Francisco Bay Area?" And I was like, "Well, I had a finance degree, and so I was either going to go to New York or San Francisco or Chicago, a financial center." And he goes, "Oh, like a big city, a financial hub." And I was like, "Yeah." And I said, my parents, my mother and Bob, my stepdad Bob, happened to be going to Portugal when I was getting ready to decide. So they're like, "Hey, come to house sit our house in the Bay Area in Berkeley for 3 months." And I was like, decision made. So that's how I picked San Francisco Bay Area. And so by confluence of circumstances, I became a DJ. And then I did that and rented sound systems. And we ended there. And he's like, "Well, whatever happened to Eric, my business partner who I opened the club with?" I was like, "Oh, Eric actually passed away of AIDS. God bless you, Eric." It was quite a tale too. And Cooper listened to that very graciously. Miss you, Eric. Love you. Yeah, it's a product of that late 80s, early 90s AIDS epidemic, it seems. But anyhow, I had other friends who actually passed away of AIDS. But didn't mean to go down that path. But the point is, Cooper goes, "Oh my God, you've had such an amazing life." Like he was captivated. He has not sat there and listened to me that captivated for a long time. And he was captivated and he was like, "I want some of that. I want to go try and do fun things." And so I'm going to strike off. And it was a very sweet, beautiful moment. My 20-year-old is moving. And I wanted to tell you that story. And I felt like that if I did not tell that story, it would slip through the cracks. So it's very sweet. And I was very glad that I got to tell him that I loved him and was proud of him. And I am proud of him. And I was remembering my time in my early mid 20s where, oh my God, I was broke trying businesses and just somehow I made it all happen and work. And so I was scared for him for a moment, but then I was like, oh my God, it just works out. When you're young like that, you work it out, and all young people move out and they work it out. So there you go. I continue to get older. I've got hat hair. I had a beautiful, poignant, amazing moment with my son yesterday. I actually cried many times yesterday. Was crying when I told him I loved him and I was proud of him. Then he left. Then I just had, I meditated multiple times to let those emotions come out yesterday and again at night, last night. And I was like, gosh, it was incredible, the emotions that it sussed out of me. And it was a heavy day, sort of melancholy, beautiful, rich, just life full on feeling it. I'm in a transition period, as my boys are. If you have kids, you will hear it goes fast, and it does. Anyhow, I will stop there. Love to all. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of. Peace out.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.